Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. What you see here is a bowl of potatoes. It's an early Sunday morning, and I am going to prepare some of these for dinner later, as well as I'm going to make some into French fries. So the last time, we were given these potatoes by my kids' grandmother, their dad's mom, and and I want to make sure that I use them before they turn or go bad. So they've been washed, and I'm just gonna cut them up, have some for tonight, and then I'm going to make some into a French fry. So I'm going to go ahead and start peeling them. I have my favorite, one of my favorite knives. This is not the one. I'm gonna have to go get it, but this will work for now. The potatoes, some other bowls here, and I'm gonna go ahead and prep the ones for tonight's dinner, and then I'm going to make some and then put some aside for the French fries. So for the French fries, I'm going to cut them into fry-like pieces. I'm going to give them a cold. I'm going to blanch them and then I'm going to flash freeze them and then put them in a Ziploc bag or freezer bag. I don't have a big freezer bag. I forgot to buy, so I'm just going to put whatever they can fit into the medium size one. I will do that and get some fries. We're not into wasting this season. I had started to let me start peeling while I talk. I had started to try and save on groceries by not just buying and thinking we're going to prepare or make something. I actually start to do a little bit more intentional. Do I need tomatoes or onions? If I need tomatoes, I'm not buying like 5 tomatoes because I think we're going to use it, or 20 apples because I think we're all going to eat it. I just kind of like, if we all take an apple a day or apple every other day, how many do I need? So with this, I am starting to be, so what I'm doing now is just making sure that nothing goes to waste, because even though you buy with the intention, sometimes something happens in life and you don't get to cook or eat. So instead of having them sit and rot, when I feel like, oh, this is not going to be eaten, I'm starting to do something with it. So it's either that I put meals that I've made so dinner doesn't all get eaten, and I don't typically just I would just put it in the fridge with the assumption that someone's gonna take it because they're hungry, but sometimes we forget that it's in there and it doesn't get eaten. So what I do now is just put them in a container and put them in the freezer, and more than likely I'll be the only one eating, but I'll put in a meal, like I'll put rice or potato or pasta in a container, whatever the meal was, vegetable, so as a meal, and then have it for lunch. If it's too much, I'll split it up and make how many lunches it can be. A couple times I've just had like chicken and rice. Well, in the mornings I will just quickly make some vegetable, like broccoli is usually what we have frozen on hand. So not in the season of wasting, and I know, because grocery prices are so high, and why not try to do things. So instead of thinking I'm going to have potatoes as a side or in a soup, I'm going to make this some French fries. So I did that probably about a week ago, and they're in our freezer. I think this coming Friday or so, or maybe even Thursday, because sometimes Thursday dinner goes light because I'm just don't want to cook anymore. I want to think about it. We might have fries, or if my kids want a snack of some sort and they want fries, sometimes they make their own poutine. It's there to have, and I save on that, so I don't have to worry about, oh, I should have or pay, I'm gonna buy bag fries, a bag of fries from the store, because we're gonna have this or that meal. I know that there's some there, and I made myself. So let me go ahead and peel these potatoes for dinner tonight. Okay, so I peeled the potatoes that I'm going to be using for today's dinner. Today's Sunday. I'm making curry chicken, but my kids are making curry chicken, so I'm gonna have curry chicken, mashed potatoes. I could always put on a pot of rice. I have a lot of rice, but I also thought I might make some boiled dumplings, because curry and boiled dumplings go so well together. So to be different this Sunday, instead of having a rice dish, probably mashed potatoes and boiled dumplings, so we have an option. And if it doesn't all get eaten today, I will, and my daughter will probably take for lunch tomorrow. So this is what I have so far this is what I have for the mashed potato for tonight's dinner. And I'm gonna go ahead and peel like these bigger ones, cut these bigger ones. I'm not even gonna peel them into fry like shapes for French fries. So kind of just cut in half and cut in half again. And there's no, I haven't perfected this. I used to have like a fry cutter where I could just put the potato in and then kind of slice it, like pushing through. So that broke, and I can get a new one. But we're just going to just do our thing and make my own. So for me, I like skin on potatoes, and especially French fries. So I'm just gonna cut this one in half, and it's good enough for fries. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish what I have here for the fries. Okay, so I have cut these into fry like shapes and I'm just going to give them a quick rinse again. But what I'm going to do is a hot and cold. So I'm going to blend some hot and then cold. I think you can also do cold and hot. It has to be the combination of two. Then I'm going to put them on a cookie sheet and put them in the freezer. So this is probably would serve maybe my kids, maybe as a side, so with something else. Probably me and maybe all three of us. And as a size, maybe it's a homemade burger or chicken fingers or something. If they each had poutine, maybe 1.5. So it wasn't a lot of potatoes that I had. I think I cut maybe four potatoes of like the rustic type of potatoes for this. And that's all I have. So I've used up for the chicken, making mashed potato tonight and curry chicken, because I put some potato in the curry chicken, and then French fries. So like I said, these are gonna go on in the freezer, so when we have it on hand. Nothing goes to waste. And so I have my water boiling, and I'm gonna put the fries in probably for about 3 minutes. Just put that in. Get my tray ready. I'm gonna line this baking tray with parchment paper, and then once it comes out of there, I'm gonna dry it. No, once it comes out of here, put it into a cold bath. So I'm gonna get some cold water ready. I'm gonna put cold water in here and have it sit in here for another 3 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that boil. Okay, so it's been about 3 minutes. I'm gonna take them out of here and then put them in a cold bath here. Then I'm gonna dry them. Put it on a cookie sheet. and then flash freeze them so like just until they're frozen so they won't stick together. Same how like I do, similar to how I do my lemons. I freeze them and then put them in a individually freeze them, so like I spread them on a cookie sheet and then put it into put them into a Ziploc bag. Okay, so they're in the they're in the ice bath, and I'm going to now get parchment paper and put it on that. Parchment paper, Ziploc bags, always good to have on hand. I'm going to take them out now. I'm going to dry them using some paper towel. So if you ever see those big bag of tomato, if you ever see those big bags, usually 10 pounds, 5 to 10 pound bags of potatoes, and they're on sale, and you think, I'm never going to use up all those potatoes before they turn, this is something that you can do with that. Just take out what you think you're going to use and cook, soups or sides, or something, and then make some French fries for a different time. So you're not wasting any money, and you don't have to eat the fries right away or make French fries right away. You can always just freeze them for another time. And those are the best when you don't know what to make. It's like a Friday or a Saturday, and you remember that you have something easy and quick that you can make. You don't have to go to the store, and you have like fries right here. So buy those big bag of potatoes and make some fries. So here they are on the cookie sheet. I'm gonna stick them into the freezer and to flash freeze until they're pretty much frozen, and then I'm gonna put them in a Ziploc bag. So I'll see you when they are frozen. They're not frozen yet, but this is the batch that I made the last time. These ones are actually peeled. Peeled the potatoes, but you can see here how they're cut and in a freezer. I'm probably gonna have these next week, Friday, for our Friday dinner. And there's another bag like this, and then let's see what the ones I just made come out to be. Okay, so they are frozen. So I'm just going to put them in a freezer bag. See, so they're frozen. So even if you didn't want to use the whole bag, it's easier just to take out, and they're not all stuck together. Like I said, this is probably about 3 potatoes. 3 or 4. I think more than, yeah, 3 potatoes. And yeah, so I got about a bag that full. These are medium-sized Ziploc bags, frozen, freezer bags. So here are, this is the size, so you have an idea of the freezer bags that I use and how much fits into it. That is the sizing, and that's what's in here. And like I said, that's about 3 medium potatoes. Medium to large? I would say medium. Now I'm going to stick it in the freezer. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Got some ideas of your own. Try it and let me know how it works out for you. Probably gonna have this like this coming Friday. It is Sunday. I want to see how it works. I could either put it in the air fryer or the oven.